Hey there, FPV pilots. Smooth Virus, call sign Virus, with you again. And I need to remember to stop kicking the table, making the camera shake. Stop doing that. Anyway, wanted to get a vlog out tonight. Wasn't really able to fly last weekend. We kind of banked on having good weather on Sunday, but Sunday wound up being misty and rainy and nasty and cold. So not a good day for FPV because the cameras would have all got misted over very quickly and wouldn't really be able to see anything. So this last weekend was kind of a wash. It's the first time in a long time I had that happen. Really, the official flying season in this area pretty much ends when daylight savings time ends. So last weekend was the last official in-season flying day for us. Although sometimes if the warm weather lasts longer into the winter, we'll keep going. But right now they're telling us it's going to get cold early, so I will try to keep flying, but it's going to depend on the weather, and it actually is cold today. Although today would have been okay, I think. A little cloudy though, and a little rain, but I think I could have flown. So, on to our main topic tonight. As you know, DE Drone has been setting up drone sensors at Army bases in the Washington, D.C. area, and in particular at Fort McNair, right down the street from the house. Oh, now one thing, and now in my last vlog I said that DE Drone took that report down. They put it back up, so I'm gonna put a link up to that report so you guys can read it in its entirety, and it's fairly apparent to me that some of the activity they are picking up came right out of this house. So, being that I'm under surveillance, anytime that I turn a transmitter on, I have no choice but to go out and get my ham license and go legit right away. I need that ham license like yesterday. So last weekend I did do a lot of studying. I spent about 7 hours studying for the general class exam. And yeah, I do want to go get my general class ham license. So I'm going to have to take 2 tests on this weekend coming up Saturday. I'm going for Saturday. Apparently the guy who usually gives the tests is sick, so it may not happen, but being that I'm in the city, there's tests almost every weekend somewhere around here, so I should be able to drive and take it. Now, I did have my ham license years ago. In 1993, I got my Technician Plus exam, which means that I took the technician test and also I learned Morse code and I took a Morse code test. Now they've got rid of all that stuff, and I actually let my license expire 2003, so years and years ago, and I just never, I kind of got out of ham radio after a few years, and I never picked it up again. Although I have some of my gear. About half the stuff in my ham shack got stolen in a break-in in 94 or 95, and I guess that would be 95, and I kind of got out of it after that. Although I did do some ham activities, but not much. Anyhow, I need to get that again because I can't be keying up long-range systems like the Dragon Link or EasyUHF or 1.2 gigahertz video transmitters around here, because that's going to get detected, and at some point soon they're going to set up direction finding equipment, and I'm sure that anybody that's keying up that kind of equipment without a ham license around here is going to get reported to the FCC real quick. And as a matter of fact, the FCC is, well, okay, it's backwards in my video, but it's on the screen. How am I pointing? Okay, on your screen it would look like that way. It's actually this way. FCC headquarters is less than a mile away from me, so they want to file some kind of complaint and have the investigators come down here, it's not like you have to take a government car and go drive someplace or fly someplace and get a hotel room. They literally can walk here from their office. It's 10-minute walk. I used to work in the building across the street, and well, not right now, but I kind of still work in the building across the street. I used to walk there all the time. So, yeah, the ham radio license needs to happen. That has to be covered right away. Other than that, also I'm planning on probably this weekend I'm going to order some dummy loads that I can put on the long-range systems and on my 1.2 gigahertz video transmitters. So even if I do power it up with a ham license, I'm not sure if I have a dummy load on it, I might not need a ham license to power it up, so we might be okay. But it needs to happen anyway, because I don't want stray RF getting out of the house if I'm working on stuff here, because this whole thing with setting the alarms off at Fort McNair has got to come to an end. So I was going through some of my old vlogs, and I started talking about Pit Lab, and I think it was the second one, I think. And actually, if you've seen some of my videos, you've seen that I actually did buy one and put it in a mini Talon, and I've been flying it ever since this spring. So I want to do some more Pit Lab videos now that I've got some experience in it. There is some stuff up there on YouTube, but in my mind it's incomplete. There's also some tests I need to run with Pit Lab. There's a flight I've been planning on doing for about 2 years now, and Pit Lab, I think, is, as far as FPV autopilots go, is absolutely the best choice to do this flight I've been thinking about doing. Don't know if the weather's going to hold out for that. We may be sunk for doing that in 2017, but if I can get some test runs doing things with waypoints and routes in Pit Lab, go a long way towards making that happen. So anyway, you guys have a good one, and we're going to sign out, and I'm going to go back to studying for ham radio tests, and I'll let you guys know how that goes. All right, peace.